Hey guys, Joe here. And as you can see from the darkness and the computer in the background there, this is an impromptu video. That's why it's coming out on a Sunday. And it's of something I just picked up, and man, I just want to talk about it real quick. And then we'll be doing a full video on it later, but I just wanted to show it to you in the dark. Some of you will already know what this system is. For those of you that do, congratulations. Do you want a cookie? If you want a cookie, I can get you a cookie, but it's going to be a while. And it'll probably be stale because I don't have that many cookies on me. Anywho, now that I turned those fans down, for those of you that know your computers, you will know that this is a 10-year-old Dell XPS system, specifically a 630i. However, it's much more awesomer than you might be thinking. So real quick, let me pop the side off. And this is one of those really massively large cases with the release. You just kind of go pink. There we go. Even new computers don't do that. And inside we have a whole mess of parts. Yeah, Dell was very proud of their XPS lineup back then, a decade ago. Still pretty proud of it nowadays, but man, they were really into it back then. I'm just testing it right now. I'm not going to go into the full specifics of it, but let me talk to you real quick about how I acquired it. So, some of you know that I'm going to be going on bed rest for about a month. And because of that, I just wanted to get out one more time, go to the flea market, see if there was anything out there for shoots and giggles. And we were walking through at a booth I'd never been to because they normally are never there. They were just finally set up for the first time this year. I see a bunch of stuff, and I saw some computer monitors that were like, 17, 18, 19-inch monitors, and I was like, whatever. And then I saw a flash of red from the corner of my eyes, and this system was sitting there on the ground, nothing on it. It was sitting next to like a really old, just base model something or other system. Didn't even look at the other system that was on the ground. Maybe I should have. Who knows what it might have had in it. But this was sitting there. No price tag, nothing like that. So I asked and I said, hey, how much is this computer? Because I know what it is. I knew what it was. I knew it was a Dell XPS, obviously, from the lettering on it. But I've seen specs and I've seen these systems running in the wild, and man, even nowadays they're still expensive. I can tell you right now, I'll put it up here on the screen. The last one that sold in September. It was the same thing but with a lesser equipment list, and it sold for like 170 bucks. And here locally there's people trying to sell these for 125, 150 bucks. So when I asked, I was like, she's probably gonna say like $100, and then I'm gonna be like, heck no, I don't want it. But to my surprise, the lady said $20. Of course, at $20, man, this thing is a steal. Real quick, now that I have the system turned off and, hello, focus, sitting here, I wanted to add a little bit to how I actually got the system because I didn't tell you the best part of the story, and I wanted to do that real quick. That's why editing rules. I can put this wherever I want. And what happened was, and Daniel was there, and he can confirm it if you ever see us, I saw it on the ground. I went over to it and I asked how much it was. While I was waiting for the daughter to ask if the mother, grandmother, not sure, because it was a translation issue, how much for the system, another gentleman started walking towards it. He'd gotten to the booth after us, and he must have seen it a little bit after me, and he started walking towards it. But I had already popped aside. I was looking at it. I closed the side real quick as he was walking up, and he looks like he was going to try to snake it out from me. I will give him a little bit of credit. He didn't try to say, oh, I'll give you more. He wasn't going to offer more money. So a little bit of credit where credit's due. But even though I had my hand on it, he was still starting to reach for it. So what I did, and it's not a thing that you should ever be proud of doing, but if somebody's going to disrespect you enough to try to take something you're trying to buy, do this. And what I did was it had some plastic junk knickknack on top of it, and as the guy was walking towards it, I kind of knocked it over onto the ground, and it stopped him in his tracks, so he had to pick that up, and I thanked him. Oh, thank you for picking that up. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the whole time I'm going, you're a jerk. You're a jerk for even touching this after I've already made the agreement to buy it. So yeah, it was it a little bit of a mean thing to do? Yes, but he was still trying to get to the system while I was negotiating. I wasn't even negotiating. I was just waiting for a price so I could pay for it. So I bought the system because I wanted the system, and I'm not going to let somebody snake it out from under me. So yeah, he did back off, but I think he also realized that if he had tried something, I probably would have said something. So there's a little tip for you guys that are out there hunting. Don't be afraid to stop somebody from taking what's rightfully yours. but don't be a jerk about it unless you have to be a jerk about it. Don't just walk up and like block the guys out and then like, do stupid stuff. But if somebody's actively trying to snake on you and be a jerk and undercut you or do something like that, go ahead and do what you got to do. Don't tell them I said to do it, but do what you got to do. Back to the video. Not only for the parts it has in it, but just for the case itself, because the case overall is in pretty good shape. As you can see, these are brushed aluminum or aluminum if you're here in the colonies. It has LED lighting and, hidden bays and stuff. A little bit of scratching on this panel that I think will actually buff out. I'll have to try it. It's a brushed aluminum look, so I don't want to damage it too much. And since that side doesn't even open, the other side, not this side, I don't want to goof with it too much. But yeah, as you can see from the sticker, it was a Core 2 quad. I'm not going to give away what the processor is or what the graphics cards are, but I just hit the thing to open the side panel and I saw on Crossfire Bridge, which meant AMD cards, and I was like, here you go, 20 bucks, because I've been looking for another case to do kind of a weird build, so this kind of fits that build too. If I decide to gut this thing, which I probably won't do since, as you can see, it runs, I may just do a custom water cooled in this and maybe make a custom side panel for it. I don't want to modify that one since it's original, but maybe I'll do something. Do like a tempered glass or a acrylic panel that covers all that, and then it's all blacked in. Anyways, plenty of room for hard drive cages. It has a pretty beefy power supply for its day, although I really don't trust these Dell power supplies. It's a 750 watt power supply, so it's not even that much of a leap to go to like one of my Corsair power supplies, so I'll be doing that. And then I'll be testing this a little bit more extensively. I added a fan. I think there's supposed to be a chassis cover or something here that had a fan built into it to blow air out, and that's missing. But I don't care. And then I just threw my SSD in there just so I could test the system. They did take the hard drives out. Don't really care. I can have my hard drives for testing stuff. And I just wanted to see how it ran and if it worked and how well it worked. And Saints and Bigora for 20 bucks, I have a working Dell XPS quad-core system. Okay guys, one last pickup here, and sorry if it goes out of focus a couple of times. It's trying to actually focus the blurry picture that it thinks it's seeing on the monitor reflection. But that is an AOC 32-inch monitor that I picked up. Also, I picked it up yesterday. I traded a couple of CPUs and a GPU for it, and I picked it up, and I'm very happy with it. Now, I don't replace my monitors very often. I've been rocking the same 27-inch AOC monitor for like 2 years, and before that, I still have my Gateway from 2011 or 2012. And yeah, it's one of those things where I picked it up and it still works, so there's no reason to change it. And my hand's probably going to be in the frame because it keeps trying to focus in on that blur. But I went ahead and picked that thing up because it was a heck of a deal. I was looking at new monitors, and 1080p like Samsung curved refurbished monitors are $170. So might as well get rid of some more equipment that I'm not using, some junky old CPUs, motherboards, stuff like that. Get rid of that stuff and then pick up this monitor. Now, it was on Facebook Marketplace. It was more expensive than I paid for it. Obviously, I don't pay that kind of money. I never pay advertised price unless it's like a super low price and the guy's just giving it away to begin with. At that point, you don't negotiate. But this thing was a reasonable price. It's got a decent picture. It's QHD. It's 2560 by 1440. It has DisplayPort, HDMI, VGA, DVI. It's got everything I want. And it's 32-inch, and it's not a high-gloss panel. I don't care for high-gloss panels, even though I know that they do black a little bit better. But this is perfect for me. It's a nice size, good resolution. It's overclockable. I have it at 100 megahertz, so it's 100 FPSs. It's VSync cap, and it works great. So, yay, another pickup. Hope you guys liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you think it was a good deal. 20 bucks for this whole system minus the hard drive and that fan. I think that was a pretty bueno pickup, and obviously we'll be doing upgrades and changes and testing as is. So, yeah. Tune in next week where we kind of re-examine this. And as always, I'll talk to you later.